Hello YouTube, this is Tav and this is X4 Foundations. So I've just gotten to the point where I have the player HQ spawned in, and the next task is to construct a dock on the player HQ. Now I've seen on the forums a lot of people have been having trouble with getting the build process to work, so I figured I'd do a video on how to do that. I managed to build it in a previous playthrough I did last night to just learn the game, so I should be able to manage this, so bear with me. What we need to do is open up the map and go to property owned, find the station, which in this case is the player HQ that I've got here, unknown station. Right click on it and you want to go play and build. Now we need to construct a dock and attach it to one of these mounting points around the station. That would be under other modules. No, dock modules, there it is. Okay, so we want to attach a dock. Doesn't really matter where you put it, it looks like it only wants to connect to these two. So I'll stick it on this side here. Once you've placed the dock, you can expand these tabs to see what materials it takes to build. So you've got your needed resources. You can see what it's going to cost to purchase all those materials. Now it says here you need to assign or hire a builder. If you had your own building ship, you would just assign it. Otherwise we're going to go find a building ship and hire it. So the first step is planning out what you want to build and then confirm the module changes. So that's in the build queue, but it won't do anything until you've got both the funds to purchase the materials and a building ship. So the next step is to go find a building ship. In Argon space that would be the Mammoth, just like in the previous X games for deploying stations, it's those big ships. I'm hoping that I'll be able to find one in the local space, but otherwise it's just a matter of fly around space into different sectors until you find one, and then you just have to open up a conversation with that ship and hire them. So I'm just going to put a cut in here until I figure out where one is in space, and then I will be back to show you that next step once I've got to that point. Alright, and we're back. So what I did was I flew to the nearest jump gate. I find the construction vessels tend to hang around the jump gates. I found this one here, construction vessel Albatross. What you need to do then is just get into comm range, comm them.
Comms channel open.
And actually no, sorry, not comm them. You just need to right click on them, my mistake. Right click on them, go hire for building. If I turn off mouse move it'll make it easier. There we go, right. Hire for building, and then the station that you've already planned out a build will be in the list here. It costs 50,000 credits to hire them, and you just do that. That hires them, and now that ship will start making its way to the station that we've built, that we've got planned out. So I am just going to dock with them.
Docking granted.
To ride along. You don't have to. You can fly ahead and just wait for them to catch up, but we're both going to the same place anyway. There's their docking port. I've got docking software, so I just have to ram the docking port and it lands me automatically.
Successfully docked.
Alright. Now we can just hitch the ride. Because you don't technically own the vessel if they go out of your fog of war, you won't be able to see them until they arrive at the destination. So if you ride along, then you can see where they are at every step of the way. And as you can see, he's heading straight across the sector to the station. So what we have to do is just wait for him to get into this general vicinity. So I will put another cut here, and I will be back once the construction vessel is in the build area. Alright, and we're back. So the construction vessel's headed over to this staging area just south of the station. So now that it's in the vicinity so that it can build, the next step is to access the station, and you want to go manage funds. Now we need to supply the station with funds to purchase the parts it needs. If you don't remember how much it needs to buy the parts, just go into the plan build menu again and it will tell you right down here. So we need 356,000, so we'll dump about 360 on it. Just cancel out of that menu, just escape will do the trick. Okay, so back into manage funds, station funds, we want to give it, let's just go overboard a little bit, let's dump about 400 on it, that'll do. Go confirm, and the station will now start purchasing the parts that it needs. Yep, so there's it's putting up its buy orders at the prices. You can adjust those if you want to. You would go to plan build, and in this section here, at the moment it's just using the global price modified by 100%. That's the max it seems to want to go to, so you can't sort of overbuy it. But you can set the prices of what you want to buy. And then you've got these are the wares that it needs. Not too sure on what these numbers mean, but the total numbers of what it needs is 101 of them. Looks like that must be the purchases that it's made from and the ships that are sending it to it. So it's basically just a matter of waiting for those parts to arrive. And information, it should show you. No, it doesn't show you what's in it. Basically, you just got to wait for, put the funds in there, and it's just a waiting game for the supplies to arrive. So I will undock from the construction ship, and then we'll just wait and see when it completes, and I will come back once that's happened. Okay, just pop back for a second. So the constructor vessel has now opened up into its standard, it's moved closer to the station, and it's spread itself out like an X rebirth, where they create sort of a cross pattern, spreads its wings out, and underneath it is now a build storage. Destroyed a couple of asteroids to place that, it did, but that's presumably the animation of where the constructor stores its materials for building. And we're just waiting for ships to bring in the materials. So what we can do is we can go back into the plan build menu to see where we're at. Open the resources available in build storage. So we've got all the energy cells. Now we're just waiting for these two ships here to drop off the Claytronics and the hull parts that we need. So that shouldn't be too far off. It looks like those numbers have gone down, so it must be some sort of timer of maybe minutes of how long till they arrive. So that one there shouldn't be too far off based on that. Not seeing it on my scanner at the moment, but I will keep you updated. So I'm just going to add another cut until something else happens, and then I'll be back to you once that's done. Okay, and we're back. So we've got a high-tech trader down there departing from the build storage area, or arriving. It's a bit hard to tell from this distance. but they'll be dropping off some of the materials once they disappear. I should be able to see the materials going into the build storage. So if we go plan build, these numbers have all gone to 0, which means there's the high-tech traders, so they're dropping off the hull parts, unloading it into the build storage. Must take them a little bit of time. There we go. We can get a bit of a closer view. Doesn't look like they're doing much at the moment, but I haven't quite figured out those camera controls yet, so we'll just wait for them to duck away. Okay, so there's the build area has gone and filled itself up a little bit more, and that'll be all the hull parts, and then they will depart, and we're just waiting on and that'll be the other one showing up with the remaining parts. It's good timing. So a pretty painless process compared to the station building in X3 Albion Prelude. I never actually did it in X Rebirth, so I'm not too sure how it works on that one, except for the campaign story one. But just as long as you got the funds, you just dump it in there, and it just requisitions the orders from the market, which isn't too bad. So once this guy unloads the remaining parts, I expect that. Yep, that's just here. It's just gone and filled up. So it looks like we've got all the parts we need once he's finished. And I was just looking around in the plan build menu, and it looks like it's going to take about 10 minutes to assemble the assembler once all the parts are together. So once that ship heads off, we'll go into the plan build menu and see if there's anything new that we can see. Okay, cool. So they're heading off. So we'll fire up the plan build menu, and all the resources are there, and it's got a timer ticking down. So I will put another cut in until it's a minute or two away, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, just another update. So I flew in close to the station after I noticed these little drones zipping in and out of the constructor vessel, and looks like they built the station model right in front of you, which is quite nice. I don't quite know how much time we've got left. Let's see. If we go back to the build menu, another 5 minutes. So what I might do is just sit here and won't bother putting a cut in again. We'll just sit here for 5 minutes and watch the drone zipping around. It's already a constructed drone that's decided to go criminal. We'll wait till it pops back out. There it is. Looks like this is programmed to all station models just to randomly spit out 500 credit bounty drones. Isn't too bad. Had some illicit cargo in my hold as well, and a police drone came along and went a bit hostile, so I shot it. So a bit of combat music to deal with. Doesn't look too bad. Looks like it just slowly fills in the brickwork.
Thanks for your help.
It's not bad. So I guess it just gradually fills it in from a wireframe model to add some colour and make it look like the normal one, fill in all the panels. Three and a half minutes. I wonder if these parts go down over time. Let's see. Yeah, the last time I did this on my previous playthrough, I just put the funds in, hired the constructor vessel. I actually ended up hiring it from Argon Sector, so it probably had 2 or 3 seconds to fly through to get here. Because the player HQ seems to be always in the same system. Yeah, eventually it just completed randomly, and then the NPC that's helping with the quest chimed in. At least this time I get to watch it be built, which is nice. Yes, these panels are starting to take shape and solidify. So it's an interesting graphic animation. Just over a minute. Yes, all the resources have moved from the build storage into the station. And it's just built
Well
and
done.
online.
I have been watching your progress with much interest. When you dock, see if you can access any of the internal structures from an elevator.
Alright, so that's built. Now I just want to fly up to the constructor vessel and see whether they disassemble themselves. Oh yeah. Yeah, so their construction arms slowly retract. At least it looks like they were. I imagine all this would retract in, on itself eventually. I'm not going to wait for it, but it's probably waiting for drones to come back or something like that. But that's how you build stuff for a station. It's just a matter of plan the build, confirm it, hire a builder or assign your own, dump necessary funds in. I haven't figured out if you can supply your own materials. I guess late game you probably could be able to, but for the early game it's just a matter of just dump the required funds in and it requisitions the materials, wait for the build timer, and then done. So hopefully that helps people who are stuck on the Player HQ quest or just building in general. I'm Taff and this is X4 Foundations. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.